not what I meant to do. Good morning, nerds. Okay, we did a massive old Beth style whole house clean. And then I spent the weekends doing a different thing. I wasn't at home. But what I want to do today is just like easy breezy beautiful. Don't say it in your head. If you did, how dare you? Okay, we need to do some little maintenance cleaning. We need to tidy as we go. We need to new Beth the shit out of this house, which means status checking everything while I stare at myself. Okay. So to be honest, I hadn't been in here. I have no idea if this is clean or dirty. I feel like it has to be dirty. I can ask the twins. I imagine that's clean because I bet you somebody pulled it from the dryer, put up there. I mean, that's in the dryer, so. Okay, so we will check in with the kids on that situation. The clothes on the ottoman, those are mine. Dishes are empty in the dishwasher. We just need to put those in the dishwasher to be washed. And then my husband swapped out his computer desk for this. He's like, it's on sale. It's really small. It's hilariously ridiculous. But, like, what the... I'm nesting. I nested all day yesterday. I had a hard weekend. Leave me alone. So let's get some better light. I don't know what to do with that. I don't want to get rid of it. It's not going to fit in my room. It would be amazing to have that desk for my office work, but where would it go? Where would it go? Okay, but that doesn't matter. Let's make a list. How am I supposed to get both? Like, I guess that. I mean, you don't have to see the top of my head to know it's amazing. Okay. I don't want to do a whole day situation. I don't want to make this my entire personality for today because I have other things to do. But I do want to do some things. And I want to do the thing that I really don't want to do, which is take cardboard to the cardboard place / take my rugs to go get washed. But I do want to put my rugs back down. Leroy, stop. He's licking his foot. Do I pull the rug out from underneath yes, if I'm taking the rugs to go get washed, take all the rugs to get washed, right? Instead of being annoyed. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, but these will actually be the last ones I do. 1, 2, cardboard. Yeah, you can see. It's backwards. Well, maybe it'll write words for you guys, but I want you to know I'm not writing backwards. I'm writing the right words. What? Rugs. R-U-G-S. 3. Let's do living room. And that all that requires is tidy nest / laundry. And then I'm going to write total because I didn't think the word complete would fit there. That means I have to fold and put away that laundry. I can't just throw it somewhere, right? Off camera, I will check in with my kids about the laundry room situation, what's going on there, and help them finish moving through those cycles if we need to. I am going to start dishes. Island. Okay, so these, easy peasy. These, annoying as crap. So I feel like that's a good balance. Let's start with dishes because that's what I feel like doing. Okay, so something I wanted to avoid was old Beth behaviors. That 7.5-hour house clean wiped me out. It didn't hurt me as much as my previous whole house cleans used to hurt me before I started doing the hormone replacement therapy for my perimenopause and the vitamin D supplementation. Those things have helped the aches and pains and all of that stuff that's coming with the perimenopause for me. So I am very grateful for that. Like my pelvis didn't hurt nearly as badly as it would have a year ago. But I did want to do some maintenance clean. Today I woke up and I was like, I need to get a video done. I need to do something productive. And deep down, I was like, nobody wants to see me maintenance clean. Nobody wants to watch me be like, look, it's not that bad. Let's still do things. Like, why don't we wait until it gets into a catastrophe level? And I didn't. I was like, no, let's come on, move forward. So the other thing is that I needed to get two things out of my garage last night, and I can't walk to the back half of my garage because of the cardboard mountain. It got huge fast. That's what she said. But it got huge fast, and I was trying to get a tape measure so I could measure how tall my kids are. The twins are so much taller than me. It's annoying. And I needed to get paper towels, which I abandoned because I was like, nope, too far away. That'll never happen for us. And so I knew I needed to address the freaking cardboard before it became a catastrophe. And also I thought, okay, what would be another interesting idea for YouTube was not just maintenance clean, but do the annoying crap too. So it was a dual purpose. I was going to say a double-edged sword, but it was neither edged sword. It was a completely dull sword. It was a useful sword tool. Yay, we get to do something that's mildly interesting because of how annoying it is. Does that make sense? Anyway, so that is what we're doing today, but also today. Okay, so remember in my 7.5 hour clean that I released, I was talking about HOA drama. Let's talk about HOA drama. Oh my God. So in case you didn't hear it, in case you weren't part of that last time, I will do a very brief synopsis of what happened. We had a HOA that was the builder's HOA. So when they were building out the neighborhood, the HOA was established by the builder companies, and it's crappy rules that benefit builders only and nothing for the homeowners. We just last year took over the HOA powers from the builders to the residents. And within that year, we ran everyone off the board because everybody sucks. We're all a bunch of jerks. And so we just are on our second board. So we had an HOA president and then two other people. There were only 3 people on the board, same as last time, I think. I don't know, actually. Maybe there were 5. It doesn't matter. We had 3 people. And the HOA president was going hog wild. He was just changing things up left, right, and center. A little bit I was concerned with. A lot of it I was in love with. I was like, yes, let's do this. Let's renegotiate some of these contracts that were given to builders, relatives, or friends. So we are paying through the nose for a lot of different things. Let's streamline things. I love it. And then abruptly, the HOA president put out on the Facebook, the one Facebook community group, that's important. They were like, yep, I stepped down. My business is taking up too much of my time. Sucks to be you, right? Okay, fine. So then we were like, okay, what happened? That was really weird. Now there's only 2 board members. That's not allowed in our bylaws. And then a swim instructor was like, hey, open to the public, come to Beth's community pool that we pay for. It's ours, and do swim lessons. And then we were all really upset by it because it seemed like a lot of legal complications. And where is this money coming from? Why wasn't it put to a vote? Why wasn't it even floated as an idea for the community? So we all lost our crap. And then the old HOA person, we're going to call him Chris because that's your freaking name, Chris. Anyways, Chris was like, oh, by the way, here are the 2 remaining board members' phone numbers. Here are their email addresses. Here's where they live. And then our Facebook group was flooded with a bunch of anonymous, probably you, Chris, like, oh, let's recall, let's put back the old HOA president and stuff like that, to the point where they had to stop allowing anonymous posts on the Facebook group. And so then they made a second Facebook group. And this one was the community. I'm not going to say where I live, but communities community. And that was like a splinter cell. And so then that Facebook group was organizing a petition so that they could recall or do something. Then that splinter cell, who we're going to call it the new group, is the splinter cell. Hold on. I forgot that these were two separate tasks. So, okay, that wasn't worth interrupting me, old Beth. Anyways, she's annoying. What? Oh my God, old Beth, you're the literal worst. I'm going to punch you in the face. Okay, Splinter Cell HOA invited new old HOA to a meeting so they could address things, but new old HOA was like, we're busy. And so Splinter Cell HOA elected 3 new board members, but secretly, privately hidden, the old new HOA also elected 2 board members who are women. It's important. I'll tell you about it later. So now they're like, what's happening? Do we have 2 boards? Can we merge them together for a mega board? Old board and old property management company, who sucks, they're like refusing to acknowledge the Splinter Cell new elects, and Splinter Cell new elects are like, we're going to get lawyers involved because we did this according to the bylaws and you didn't. Oh, also old new board just like brought somebody on. They're like, we have a 3rd new member previously, and then now we have 2 new members. And that's not how that works. You're not allowed to just like bring people on board. There has to be an election, right? And so everything's going sideways. And then no one knows what's going on. And I'm in both Facebook groups. And so on the old G Facebook group, one of the new female, important to you and me, people were like, hey, does anybody know whose phone number this is? They keep harassing me, getting missed FaceTime calls, missed phone numbers. Wait, what? FaceTime calls, phone calls, and text messages. And the text messages essentially were things along the lines of, I can't believe you're so stupid. You signed the petition. You were going to like fight the good fight with me. And now you are part of the board. Everybody in the neighborhood hates you. You're so stupid, basically, right? And I was like, yeah, that's Chris, old HOA president. It's his number. Because I'm on the compliance committee, which we've never met again, so I don't know what to say about that. I was like, yeah, I've had conversations with him and it's his number. And so then, because like a lot of the other female who was elected was like, been harassing my family for a while now. It's a problem. And so I was like, I hate when people, especially men, are like, yeah, I will be so shitty to a woman, especially if I can hide, right? Like, didn't write, hey, this is Chris, you're a shit person, right? Instead, just sent it like it was like this anonymous floating thing out in the universe. I hate that. Don't be a coward. You can be a dick, but you can't be a coward. Own it. So I go in the second Facebook group. Okay, because in an OG Facebook group, they're like, we removed him for harassing the crap out of people. Understandable, right? So I go into a new Facebook group where I know he's a part, and I was like, stop texting people your sad sack feelings. It's inappropriate. Like, there is a way to do this, and angry texting people without like announcing who you are, that's not the way to do it. And so, right? I get a call almost immediately from him. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to anonymous this. I'm not going to hide my phone number. I'm not going to do any of that crap. So I answered. I was like, hey, how's it going? Could not be more unhinged. Like, not even our cute unhinged, like a feral unhinged. This is angry man unhinged. And he is like, are you done crying? And I was like, no, let's see. Let's see if you can make me cry. And checking that off. Okay, so He is like, how do you know they don't have my number? What makes you say? I was like, it was you. Was it not? Like, was it not you? Am I lying? Am I wrong? Was that not you texting? And he's like, you don't know if they have my number or not. And I was like, all I know is they posted saying, does anybody know whose number this is? They're harassing me. I knew it was your number. It's you. And so he would not let me get a word in. Too angry. Oh, here I'm sitting on Kasha because it's hilarious. Somebody was like, you always almost sit on Kasha. And she looks so terrified. And so I just decided to do it a whole bunch for fun. And it was fun. Okay. So then I was like, Chris, I'm not doing this. I'm not just going to, I don't have enough time or care in my world to just let you scream at me on the phone. That doesn't sound fun. It doesn't sound productive. You're like, you need a deep breath or two. But I don't say that. Instead, I said, I'm not doing this right now. And I hung up, right? And then for everybody who's following the Karen Reed trial, he proctor texted me. For all of you not following the Karen Reed trial, first of all, you're dead to me. How dare you? But secondly, he texts me, you are a C word, full C word, like doesn't C word it, but I can't say C word on YouTube because I want all of the YouTube money. All I want to do is get rich and rule the world. So I'm not going to drop it. I have no problem with that word. I served in Iraq with the Brits who say it like it's their favorite like sprinkle word. It's like the word or how are you or bestie. It's just C word all day long. So I don't care. And I was like, classy. And then I don't remember, it said you could put that screenshot on the Facebook group, which I absolutely was going to. Like, you cannot threaten me with such a good time. Obviously, I'm going to screenshot it and put it on the Facebook group. And so then I was like, okay, you need help. And then he wrote sucka and then insert eggplant emoji here. And I was like, I just did not continue responding because like, come on, friends, bestie, Chris, calm down. I like just, you need to take a breath, baby. You're a little too unhinged for HOA drama. Dude, this is HOA drama. This is on the grand scale of things, just hilarious sideline stuff, dude. This is not a world problem. I'm sorry that you don't get to be, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Canadians are so dumb. Okay. I'm sorry that you don't get to be the HOA president. And that clearly made you feel super duper good. But like, bro, also you're moving in a week. Why are you so spun up about a community that's not even your community anymore that you are texting women the C word? So as you guys could tell, or I bet you guys could assume, Mark loved that for me. He was like, good. I'm so glad that happened. I'm not mad at all. And so we thought that Chris blocked Mark's number preemptively. We just thought that was happening. But maybe he just turned off his phone for like a deep breath or two. And so Mark called, left one good voice message. And then the next day, the guy texted and was like, hey man, saw I missed your call. What's up? Like, many various things are up, bro. Like, unfortunately and luckily and all of it, I was over at my friend's Jessica's house doing Mason's room. But Mark and he had many different words. And Chris was like, my wife's a cop. She gets called that all the time. And Mark's like, how is that the same situation? Like, you can see that that's different. But Chris offered to reach out to me and apologize. Mark told him to never contact me again, but that he would pass it along. And that, my friends, is my HOA drama as of now. All right. That took 22 minutes with all my yapping in the beginning. Well, it took 22 minutes since I had to like turn off the camera for some reason. So that was really easy. Okay. Now for the unfortunate part. I feel like I don't want to move my kitchen table. I really feel like that. Okay. The rugs are huge and bulky, and so is the cardboard. So I'm going to split those but I wrote it down. Do I do it? They're not even in the same part of the city. Town. It's not really a city. Town. I don't know. Okay. Let's get the cardboard in the car and reassess from there if I feel like pulling all of the rugs into there. I think I need to turn my car around so that it fits. Okay, I'll go do that. You guys just wait half a second because with editing, I'm already sweating. All I did was move my car. Why are you wearing pants? Shut up, mind your own business, okay? Dang. But I am wearing pants and it is it's a terrible life choice for Georgia. I don't want you to go over here. How about you come over here? Oh yeah, you'll be able to see a little bit better. I came up with a compromise while I was moving my car. Here's the compromise. I don't have to go take my rugs. Instead, I do have to call and make the appointment for the bulk item pickup to pick up, like not all of this, but the box spring, the old bed frame, those sorts of things. There's a pile of wood that I know my husband's going to be like, I want to reuse it, but I don't know that we ever will. So why are you looking at the sky so much? Oh my God, it's so Georgia. Oh my God. Let's do this before I get heat stroke. Okay, let's move on to the garage thing. I don't want to do this. I think it's very annoying. I hate it. I don't want to do it. But my garage is already back to not super functional because we've had to move so much stuff into the garage. It only moved as far as the front door, basically. I thought I showed you coming in, but I didn't. But it's not walkable. It just isn't. All of the way to the back. How many more times can I say it this way? It's just not walkable. And I want to get rid of all of the cardboard boxes before it becomes a very big problem. Does that make sense? I want to maintain my garage. This is a maintenance video, guys. Speaking of maintenance videos in a very broad way and not at all what I'm going to pivot to, it is almost June. June is hurricane season for us, also known as zombie apocalypse preparedness season. So I think this week I'm going to focus on showing you how I am prepped for zombies because remember you guys, it's not about the zombies at all. If you're ready for zombies, the zombie apocalypse, you're ready for any disaster. It is more fun to prep for zombies coming to eat your face off than it is because deep down you know that's not going to happen, except for it is. I'm ready for it. You guys be ready for it too. But if you're prepared for zombies, which deep down your heart can tell you is not going to happen, you're prepared for hurricanes. You're prepared mostly for a massive power outage, all sorts of different things. If you have the water, you have a little bit of food, you have a way to cook, you have a way to charge your cell phones, you have bandages and crap like that. You're going to be able to make it through a small crisis if you can get through the first month of a zombie apocalypse. So we're going to get ready for the zombie apocalypse. I'm excited for it. The weather has been so freaking spicy lately in America, which is all I can focus on because that's where I live. And Americans are very America-centric. It's been like the weather is perimenopausal. It's just lashing out for no good reason. It gets too hot. Then it spins up and ruins everything that it can see. And then it feels better because the hot flash is gone. So we just need to get ready. And of course, my video isn't going to be this is how you do something. This is a watch me and then later Google what's the real way you do this. And then you'll be more prepared. And, Ryan Hall says, don't be scared, be prepared for the spicy weather. I do love Ryan Hall for spicy weather. And also, who's the other one? Max Velocity. Those are the two that I watch when I think things are going to start going sideways, and we shall see. I won't be here for the beginning of hurricane season, I don't think. I should be in Canada poking Canadians with a stick. I'm going to get a couple different sticks. I have like a short stick it's a little bit more intimate because I have to be close to you and poke you with it. And then I do think I'm going to bring a much longer stick to poke Canadians at a distance. I think that's a good plan. I don't need a medium-sized stick. I either want a long stick or a short stick. I don't need a third stick. I'm not Goldilocks-ing Canada. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So I'm excited about that. I should be out of like the early hurricane season, but it usually tends to be worse towards the end. I don't know if that's true. I definitely might have made that up. So anyway, so we'll do that. I do have my trip to VidCon with Calvin, which I'm really excited about. I'm so excited to spend this little bit of time with him. I just feel like he is growing up so quickly. He's like growth spurting his little body off. His feet quadrupled in size overnight. It was crazy. And I was like, I just bought him shoes. And I was like, can we see if these shoes still fit you? And he was like, Mom, I don't want you talking about my big feet anymore. And I was like, no, it's not that I think your feet are abnormally big. It's just all of a sudden you look at your kids and you're like, not a baby, a toddler, not a toddler, a preschooler. And now I'm looking at you and I'm like, you're not my baby. You're like a full dude. So anyway, I'm so sweaty. It's so sweaty. Okay. That's done. Let's load it up. Let's go to the recycling place. And then come home. When I'm home, I'll make the call. And then you guys and I will say goodbye. I don't know why I said it like that. Just everybody, oh my God, I have to shower 5 times now. Blech. When I was getting ready to go, I was like, don't wear your flip-flops. That's stupid. What if it's like not safe, but like, what if it's dangerous out here? And I couldn't fathom the idea of putting shoes on my feet. So I wore flip-flops because it hasn't been a problem before. It's just been go put it in the crunchy crusher thingy. But that didn't work out for me. And there's so much broken glass and probably dishware here. I really regret my life choices. Also, speaking of zombie preparedness previously, I think I need to start putting like actual shoes in the car because I don't want to be caught out in a boot, oot in a boot. Sorry, Canadian. That's not what you call that. Sorry, Canada. I can't help it. I just feel like I don't want to have to run for my life from the zombies in flip-flops or barefoot. So it will be a little bit dicey to be like, oh, please hold on, Mr. Zombie, and then take my flip-flops off and put on socks and then put on shoes. But I do feel like I could maybe unlace them, slip my bare feet in, have socks in my purse or my like everyday carry bag, whatever that is. And I can shove my feet into shoes as I am transitioning. Because remember, if you're a feral community member, I have issued a decree that nobody is allowed to have less than half a tank of gas at any given time in their vehicle. You always need to make sure it is half, preferably 3/4 of the way full to full, in case you have to drive as far as you can to get away from the zombies. So I will have some time of being able to drive, and like maybe I've done it numerous times. Maybe I shove my feet inside my shoes whilst I drive because you have cruise control. Let's say I'm out of the city and I'm driving. It doesn't look that dicey. I could put 1 foot in at a time. As to be fair, that's how I put on my shoes every single day, 1 foot at a time. And then I will have my shoes on while I'm driving. So yes, I will put shoes in my car, probably like hiking boots because I'm not going to wear those every day. They're just sitting in my closet. I'll throw those in my car. And my kids tend to wear real shoes, not flip-flops. They do not like how it feels on them, so they'll be good. And Mark can figure out his own stuff. Like that's just who he is, who I am. I'm not in charge of Mark surviving the zombies. He's in charge of me surviving it. I am in charge of the kids. Oh, so actually, in real life, like because I'm married to a cop and we have like situational awareness and stuff like that, in any, oh my God, scenario, Mark's in charge of keeping me alive. I'm in charge of the kids. So, you know. Okay, so sweaty. The big, giant, scary trash compactory one was blocked. Somebody put like a 80-inch TV box across the 80-inch wide mouth of it and didn't break it down and just like laid it over. So I went to go be like, can somebody help me? But she's like, just throw it in the empty container, like the open mouth containers. So that's what I did. There's a lot of flies now in my car, but worse, when I was driving here, I was like, what if one of the cockroaches that love cardboard is in the cardboard pile in my car? It flies up and then crawls inside my mouth. And so then there was a piece of fuzz on my wrist while I was driving and we all almost died. So, all right, I'm so gross. Okay, so we did our chores. I'm gonna go home and call the people and then we will check back in, wrap things up. We'll see what happens. Definitely a shower. You're not gonna be a part of that, but it needs to happen. Yeah, I'm home and I'm mad at you guys. I'm annoyed with you. The whole drive back, you guys were naggy jerks. You were all like, why don't you just do the rug thing? Why don't you do the rugs? You wrote down and said you were gonna do the rugs. Why don't you do the rugs? Like, I'll do it just to shut you up. I'm not happy about it. Listen, I love you, but I don't have to like you right now. Let's get the rugs, put them in the car, drop them off. I'm gonna go. Actually, I saw that I have an exchange thing that I need. Fine, let's return it. Let's do all of the stupid responsible adult things that I was supposed to do today. Fine, let's just do that then. I wish, honestly, sometimes. Fine, let's go. Let's go. My deep disappointment and rage at you guys here does not match Chris's energy of deep rage, but it's close. I am so annoyed that I have to do this and I didn't want to. The rug is super smelly because it had been rained on and then it was just really smelly and I didn't want to drive back into town. Also, there's a wasp trying to kill me during this time. We had wasps on the front porch and they were trying to make a little baby nest. And so that was knocked down by our pest control people. And I thought maybe the wasps were also killed, but there was definitely one who's like, I will just relocate to a different part of your house so I can sting you because I am a jerk wasp. Not a fan of that. But it just, one of those things was like having the rugs that need to go to be cleaned so I could put the rugs back down have been taking up mental space and causing a little bit of, it's not anxiety. I'm not anxious because my rugs aren't done, but because it is sitting on my head, taking up space in my brain, not on my head, and taking up space, it's just tiring, you know? And so I am glad, I hate admitting when you guys make me glad that you made me do something. I am glad deep down that I got this done. Leroy's pretty excited that he gets to be 9,000% of it. And he just won't move. Like, I'm trying to do something with a rug, dude. And he's like, don't care. This is a Flexi Spot rug. I might buy one exactly like it to put in my living room. I really like it. It's really pretty. I feel like that's going to be the vibe. I do not want to admit that took less than 3 minutes to include trying to flay a wasp. It just flew by. I'm really scared that it was going to go inside my car. One of those rugs had been rained on and then I threw it in the garage. It's dry now, but it is a very mildewy, musty smell. What if that had been a wasp? Look how sweaty I am. The wasp, cockroach, everything. I'm moving. Where do I move that there are no bugs? I'm just going to move. You guys are covered in dust. Is that better? I don't know. Okay, let's just go. I'm going to drive with my windows down, even though it's, woo, no, wasp. Oh my God. That almost got me. I almost died. Okay, I'm going to drive. Everybody leave me alone. All right, I dropped those off and it was my favorite lady again. I love her so much. And she's like, do you want to pick them up today? It's still pretty early in the day. I was like, no. No. I don't want another trip into town. You have no idea what these idiots are making me do today. Okay, speaking of you idiots making me do stuff. Okay, we got Mason, my friend whose son has cancer. We did his room last weekend. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care or have feelings. Anyways, I'm grifting. I just want to become very famous and popular by redoing his room. So that's why we're doing it. Anyways, the weighted blanket is like little girl pink. So I am exchanging it for gray. We did his room in blacks and blues and grays because he's a dumb boy. Okay, we're at Staples. Shut. I know. I'm going to be nice to you. I'm not. But I will be nice to me. So let's go to Staples and return this thing so they'll send the other weighted blanket so that I can give it to Jessica. Done. That took a little bit longer than actually the rugs did. Everybody wanted to return their packages today. But that's all I have to do. I'm just going to go home, edit this, start my edit on Mason's room, and yeah, hopefully you guys will see that on Friday. If not, I'll see everybody Wednesday at 10:30 for a live stream if you feel like it. Okay, I love you so much. Thank you for spending time with me today. Bye.